Brad Garlinghouse, who is the CEO of Ripple, recently tweeted that he's basically on the side of the CFTC commissioner. Well, what did the CFTC commissioner do? Well, I'm going to tell you what the CFTC commissioner said about the SEC, and they're not exactly the kindest words. So, of course, if you're Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, you're going to agree with those statements. So I'm going to tell you what they both have been saying in an interview and on tweets. Also, I'm going to take a look at Cardano right now because its price movements have some speculating that there is a major move to the upside on the way. I'm going to tell you what some of the sentiment says and what has been happening to the bears that are predicting Cardano is going to fall because the shorts have not exactly been doing well. I'm going to tell you what's been happening over the past 2 days and what we can expect over the next week. And since Elon Musk sold 75% of his Bitcoin, he's been getting a lot of feedback about it. I'm going to tell you what some of the biggest and richest people in crypto have been telling him about his decision. One of which involves Michael Saylor, of course, and Michael Saylor gives him a quick lesson in math. I'm going to tell you what they said. Also, at the end of this video, I'm going to give a quick channel update because I have a few questions to ask you guys that I'd love for you to participate in, so make sure you stick around for that. Hey everyone, my name is Randy. Welcome back to the Late Night Grind. Right now on this channel, we are covering the Ripple versus the SEC case, as well as other cryptocurrency news, investment markets, and personal finance. So if any or all these topics interest you, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the Late Night Grind community. Also, hit that bell notification icon so that YouTube will send you a notification when I release a new video. Also, if you do a couple of things, I'd appreciate it. Smash the thumbs up button, watch this video to the end, and check out my Patreon. There's a link in the description below. All right, guys, let's jump into it. So if you just watch this channel for XRP, that's great, but I also want to know if you guys check out other altcoins and other projects that might pique your interest, because as an investor or as a trader, there should be more than just one cryptocurrency that piques your interest. Now, if you're a Bitcoin maximalist, well, you probably don't watch this channel. But nonetheless, I wanted to talk about Cardano in this video because some of the price moves and price speculation for the next week or two, in fact, several weeks, looks extremely bullish. Some of which has been based on, of course, Bitcoin moving up in price, moving up in the rest of the crypto market, moving up along with it. However, recently, it's made about a 25% move. And here's the interesting thing. Even though over the past week or so, it hasn't exactly moved huge amounts, but the amount of shorts, in other words, the amount of people who are betting on the price going backward or going south have been losing. In fact, the amount of people being liquidated is actually 2 to 1 in favor of shorts versus the long position, meaning the people that are betting the price is going to go south are losing 2 to 1 versus those betting the price is going to go up. Now, of course, this is not financial advice, but on a lot of the technical analysis that I've been looking at, Cardano is one of those to keep an eye on. Now, this is not financial advice, but it does look like there is significant upside to Cardano. There's Charles Hoskinson, who's been in the news recently, came out, and he was basically railing against what Michael Saylor and some of the others who were calling others securities. So putting himself into the headlines, I don't necessarily agree with. But nonetheless, the network activity of Cardano is surging. And of course, it hit a big milestone that was actually reported the other day. I believe it was 1,770 days of its network uptime with 0 days down. And speaking of some crypto billionaires, there have been several that have been coming out and voicing their opinions and telling Elon Musk what they think about Elon when he sold 75% of his Bitcoin holdings recently. Now, CZ, who is the CEO of Binance, that's his pseudonym on Twitter, he basically came out and said, it's not a big deal. Honestly, $928 million, yes, it's a lot of money, but in the scope of things, it's really a small sale, especially back in Q2 when there was a lot more sales and a lot bigger sales than Elon Musk's. And also keep in mind, Elon Musk still holds 25% of his Bitcoin, and he said the sale shouldn't come as any kind of knock on Bitcoin. The company is open to increasing their Bitcoin holdings in the future. They still hold about 25%, but nonetheless, a bunch of people had to chime in, one of which was Michael Saylor, who gave Elon Musk an interesting lesson in math. He said, if you sell 75% of your Bitcoin, that means you only have 25% of your Bitcoin left. Now that is some incredible math work by Michael Saylor. But of course, not only that, Elon Musk didn't sell any of his Dogecoin. Let me know in the comment section below if you think this has any kind of effect whatsoever on the market, on the price of Bitcoin, or potentially on the price of Dogecoin. And we're going to continue this video by talking about more crypto billionaires, that being Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple. Now, he recently tweeted out and agreed with a statement of the commissioner of the CFTC, which right now is Caroline Pham. The CFTC and the SEC have basically been essentially at war as to who gets oversight, who gets to have that oversight power, that regulatory power over the crypto space for years now. It seems to be things are getting ramped up and getting a little bit more heated, and if you're the SEC, you might be on the losing side of things, being that your recent activities are shady at best. So Caroline Pham came out and had a statement for the SEC. Now, this statement came on the heels of the Coinbase insider trading scandal, in which the SEC is accusing these basically insider traders of securities fraud, saying that 7 of the 9 tokens that they were insider trading with were securities. Of course, Coinbase, as I mentioned in my last video, they fired back and said, nope, they're not securities. So Caroline Pham of the CFTC chimed in and said, listen, regulatory clarity comes from being out in the open, not in the dark. Now, this is a shot against the SEC and what the SEC is doing against Ripple. And of course, Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, agreed. And with it, he tweeted, unfortunately, the SEC seems more content to operate in the latter. This basically giving a shout out to the SEC's trying to continue to hide things, continue to try to hide the emails around the Bill Hinman speech emails, and of course, now all of their expert witnesses that they're seeking to have sealed and not come out publicly or to Ripple, even in their case against Ripple, continuing to try to hide as much as they possibly can. So it seems like the CFTC is now seeing it, and when the commissioner of the CFTC, a major US regulatory financial agency, is saying this, it seems like something's got to break at some point. Even though it looks like there's many members of Congress that are more than happy to turn a blind eye to what the SEC is doing, there should be a lot on the other side as well. Now, if you watched my previous video, there's of course congressmen that are not happy with what the SEC is doing. So let me know in the comment section down below if you think that there will be a war, a battle coming for the crypto space with the CFTC and the SEC that will actually declare a winner and have a positive impact on the crypto space, because in my opinion, it is much needed, especially here in the United States. If you want to keep innovation in the US, this is what needs to happen. There is no ifs, ands, or buts, or in-betweens. And before I end this video, I wanted to talk about a few things with this channel. Number one, go ahead and check out the community tab. I put up a poll up there. Want to know what your thoughts are on this channel starting a free Discord in which we could basically have this community to talk about things like XRP, news, reports, trends, trading, all kinds of stuff that I talk about on this channel. Or if you think that there's just far too many Discords out there, every channel has a free Discord and it would just be too many, another one to keep up with, not exactly your thing. Participate in that poll and let me know. Also, wanted to let you know that in the coming weeks, I'm going to be starting a merch store, because there are several things that I'm going to be doing for just simple things like t-shirts, hats, hoodies, that of course feature the Late Night Grind community, but also your favorite crypto projects. So be on the lookout for that. And finally, I mentioned in one of my previous videos a connection that I have with a SaaS company, a software as a service company, in which their project essentially helps uncover the next 10x gem tokens. Now, it does this by several different methods, but it's some incredibly powerful software. You can use it, and you can use it to find out the best risk-reward options for trading and investing into the crypto space. So I wanted to mention this once again so you can keep an eye out. I don't know exactly when it's going to be launched, but I have been in communication with the founders, so I just wanted to make this announcement so you guys can keep that at the top of mind. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end, for smashing that thumbs up button, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next video.